Great to be with Sheriff Mark Lamb.
Thank you, Dave.
Good to
talk to
here.
you.
Good to talk to you. It's always good to see you. And you're right down on the border in Arizona, Pinal County.
Not quite on the border, but we're dealing with all the border issues.
You're
we're
down
one
there.
county right off, 50 miles off the border in the south end where the desert is, where the reservation is.
Right.
Which is where a lot of the gotaways come through.
Right.
So.
And I know just from talking and interacting with you, what kind of things you face. Let's just talk about it. Like, what's it like with the flow of illegal guns or whatever you have down there gun-wise? What do you see down in that county?
So, it depends on which groups are pushing through. You've got certain cartel groups that'll actually come in through armed. And when they do come to armed, they'll come through with rifles. We see a lot of the people that are picking them up down at the border coming back, those smugglers, they'll be armed, as they should. They just got through picking up a bunch of people, right? Many of them are American citizens, so they have the right to carry a gun. But we're seeing a lot more guns. There's an uptick to the firearms where traditionally in that area, we didn't see those guns.
Right.
The scouts in the mountains will have guns too. And that is expected because they're trying to protect the loads, the humans and the drugs. They're trying to protect it from not just law enforcement, but from the RIP crews, other drug dealers that are trying to steal their product.
Well, let me ask you this. It's probably a stupid question, but do you and your deputies, you approach every vehicle just figuring they're armed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
No such thing as an unarmed vehicle?
Yeah, look, there's no such thing as an unarmed vehicle. Everybody's armed.
Right.
You have to approach it that way. Complacency kills. That's our business.
Well, and I know I've talked to you about fentanyl and different things, but help people understand this. What level of fentanyl are you seeing? What's coming across the border? Like, what has the drug world done? What kind of jump has it taken with this open border?
Oh, look, huge. Just to put it into perspective, it's been bad since January of 2021, and we've seen huge increases. We've had a 600% increase in fentanyl seizures in our county. That includes fentanyl powder and fentanyl pills. We're seeing methamphetamines, we're seeing cocaine, but it's primarily that fentanyl. And all those other drugs are laced with fentanyl as well. And so we're pulling them off these traffic stops when they come through. We're pulling them out of houses. We had a guy recently in Arizona City and Eloy who was actually sending fentanyl powder to Nebraska, New Hampshire, New York, and one other city. He was sending by kilo, and 1 kilo will make 1 million fentanyl pills.
Holy cow.
And so we took 3 kilos off of him, and we took 6 kilos of cocaine from that guy on some search warrants. That's what we're seeing down there. Since October 1st, the Border Patrol has seen a 700% increase in fentanyl from last year. And he said, Sheriff, we're so overwhelmed, this is just what's hitting us in the face.
Right, that's unbelievable. One last question, I know you got to run, you've got a lot going today, but when you think of all this danger, and thank God you're there and your deputies are there, but for the average American, that law-abiding American, how important at a time like this is the Second Amendment? How important is their ability to defend themselves in this climate you're describing?
It couldn't be more important. The fact that your government continually tries to take it away should tell you exactly how important it was. Our founding fathers had the foresight to see this a couple hundred years ago when they gave us the Second Amendment. And they tried to make it as clear as possible. Yet we've still managed to try to infringe upon it.
Right.
And so, I'm a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. I don't like red flag laws. I don't like any of that. As a matter of fact, when I pull people over on traffic stops, I'll ask them, hey, do you have any weapons in the car? Any guns? And they'll say, if they say no, I say, well, why not? Right. You should. It's dangerous out there.
Right.
Look, the truth is, our Second Amendment protects everything else that we have, all of our freedoms. And then let's take the guns out of it. Let's just talk Second Amendment. You know why I don't want you to change that? Because I don't want you to change the First Amendment, the Second, the Third, the Fourth, the Fifth, the Sixth. If you let them change the Second Amendment and take away some of our freedoms, don't think they won't come for your freedom of speech or your freedom of religion next. So above and beyond the guns, which allow us to protect ourselves, which we saw in Israel with what Hamas did, that should tell you everything you know about we need to have our own ability to protect ourselves. And frankly, there's not enough police and law enforcement out there to protect you. And it takes us minutes to arrive. Right. You're your own first responder in most cases. And so, yes, You need the Second Amendment.
Sheriff, you're awesome. Now I hear that you're running for Senate here in Arizona.
I am.
Let me tell you.
I need my head checked, I think.
Well, I'll tell you what we need. We need you to keep fighting for those things you're fighting for.
Amen.
So, good to visit with you.
We need
Thank
Americans.
you.
We need proven conservative fighters, and that's why I'm doing it. So anybody want to see it, come check out sherifflamb.com.
Well, I'm going to get down as quick as I can and do a ride with you one night.
Let's do it.